Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back. It's been a couple weeks, but back with another Zynga poker video, so let's just get into it. So this week I decided I was gonna take it down a notch and do 50 million. So it looks like they have a new design set up here. I know they just recently changed the menu. I think they probably did that at the beginning of the month. I actually like it. It looks nice. You can actually see like kind of the patterns pretty well, and I just like the blue color. It kind of reminds me of like the shootouts, where if you each round you go higher up, and the tables look nicer and nicer. Shootouts were pretty fun. I was able to get to the final round in a shootout, and I think I got like third place in it, but I've never won the whole thing. So last week I got fourth place in the 100 million, or 2 weeks ago. So we'll see what happens here. I'm actually looking at my phone right now. I was trying to note some talking topics. I didn't really get into it, but I have a couple things I want to like talk about. So the first thing is that I was actually in Denver last week. That's why I didn't make a video last week. I left back on Sunday, and then I got back yesterday. It was really cool. I mean, Denver. I mean, it was a pretty cool place. I had to go there for work, but it was a good time. It was a good time. I actually have a list of all the things I did in Denver. I don't know if I'm gonna say all of them, but there's definitely a lot of restaurants I went to. The first restaurant I went to was Ohana Grille. They had like a great ahi tuna dinner. It was great. Sloans Lake, so that restaurant was right by it, which I went to. I went to the Rock Amphitheater. That was pretty cool. Echo Lake Park, City Park, Cheesman Park, Dinosaur Ridge, Voodoo Doughnut. That was really good. Probably one of the best donuts I've ever had. And I liked the design of it too. So that was cool. Denver Biscuit Company, that was really good too. So yeah, if you guys ever go to Denver Biscuit Company, or Voodoo Doughnut. Those are two really good places to go to. And I mean, obviously, there's a lot of good hiking trails. Like one that's really close to the city is like Green Mountain, which is the one I went to. The trail I went to in Green Mountain was William Fredrick Hayden Park. That was a pretty cool place to go to. So just some suggestions. I might leave some stuff in the description. Just a list of places I went. But yeah, it was a good time. And I got paid for it, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, it looks like two people are already gone. Looks like this third person might be in trouble too. looks like my video feed is slightly ahead of my poker footage. I can't really sync them up too well. I mean, I usually try to do it in iMovie, but it's not exactly perfect. But yeah, it looks like I'm already in the top 6. I didn't even do anything so far. So I'm gonna check here. Okay, so it looks like I got a pair. So I'll just bet there. Okay, so this guy got him on the hook here, so I'll check. He's probably gonna bet here. No. Maybe bet one more time. Alright, so won my first hand there. So yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time in Denver. I got back pretty late last night, and I didn't wake up till like noon today, so it was pretty late, but I had an excuse. So let's see, what was I gonna? Oh, Ace 5. I might play this. So I'm going to call this. I'm going to fold. I'm going to fold that too. So, I was thinking about something on the plane yesterday. I can't remember exactly. Like, the thoughts in my head were really profound, like, or maybe not profound, but I was really thinking about, like, friendship, and kind of, like, jealousy and stuff. So, 3 5s. So, right now, you know, like, since I've moved to this new city, you know, I haven't really made too many friends. I've really only hung out with the people I've worked with outside of work, maybe a couple other people, but, you know, only like a one-time thing. And so, what's kind of happened is that I have like this one friend. I'm not gonna say his name. We'll just call him Jay. So Jay and I have been like hanging out like a lot. Not like a whole lot. Maybe like probably like once a week or something. You know, and he's we work together. And he's kind of like on the younger side too. You know, he graduated college probably not too long ago, a couple years ago. And so, you know, with him, I've noticed that, you know, he's not really that similar to me. But the reason why we're hanging out so much is because we're in similar situations. You know, we both kind of moved to new cities to do this new job. And so, you know, it makes sense. You know, we kind of, like, that's where our similarities kind of stop. I mean, I think we kind of agree politically, but I don't think we agree completely. We don't agree completely, and it's kind of weird. But so, like, whenever we talk, it's usually about random stuff. Like, I'm not a very talkative person, so he usually talks more than I do when we're together. Which is fine. Like, that's usually how it's been for all of the friends that I've had. But I just think, you know, it's weird because, you know, so I said, like, we're in similar situations. And so, you know, we're both trying to find our place in this, you know, new city. And so far, it seems like, from my perspective, that he's done a better job. I mean, at least in terms of putting himself out there. Obviously, situations are different. I mean, like, I feel like I'm better at certain stuff and he's better at certain stuff. But in terms of, like, actually putting yourself out there and, like, talking to people, like, joining clubs or, just trying to reach out, I feel like he's done a better job. And so, you could say, oh, well, it doesn't really matter. But it's kind of bad because it's clear that he likes to, I don't know what I should say here. Like, he likes to kind of, talk himself up. Like, he thinks he's a pretty smart guy, and I'm sure he's smart in some ways. But he's kind of like one of those people that, he thinks he knows everything, and it's kind of, for a lot of people, I could see that as annoying. So, I'm not super annoyed by him. Like, I think he's a good person, but I also think he's kind of, he kind of doesn't get it sometimes, and which is all right. Like, for instance, he'll, like, talk about, like, some topics that, like, I have no interest in whatsoever, but I kind of just go along with it because I'm just that kind of person. Oh, it looks like I would add a 4 of a kind there. I've kind of been ignoring the game. Hopefully I won't ignore it as much, but as soon as I finish this up. So recently, so he's been, like, talking up, how many, like, clubs he's joined or how many friends he's made or whatever, or, like, how he, which relationships he's made so far, which is all fine, whatever. But I feel like, he feels like he needs to say these things in order to legitimize himself, which is not good. I don't feel like, people should need to do that in order to legitimize themselves, because ultimately, it's up to you to decide if, your life is legitimate. And I think everybody's is, so, if you're struggling, just remember that, your life still has meaning. But anyways, so, I was feeling kind of, like, jealous of this guy, because, it felt like we were in similar spots because, we just both moved here at the same time, and, now it's kind of like, oh, he's in a better situation, I have pocket aces here. I'll call this or raise this. So he's in a better situation, so it's like, oh man, like, I mean, it's all relative. Like, maybe he thinks I'm in a better situation, maybe I handle myself a little bit better. Maybe he feels that way, I'm not sure. But, regardless, he's, I mean, okay, so I think I won this. So, okay, I won that. So what was I saying? So yeah, like, I feel like he's, been more social than I have been. But I don't really see a problem with that, but it's just that the way he acts, he feels like he needs to legitimize himself, and that can kind of, rub off as, like, kind of, like he's trying to show off or whatever, which is, I don't know, I kind of didn't like it, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, and he's kind of, our personalities don't really mix that well. I think, I feel like I need more friends, obviously outside of work, and I'm trying to work on that. I think I'm gonna, like at least go to an event or something here in the near future, just to, like, join something, because I know I need to meet people. I know, that's how you build friendships, that's how you build relationships, and that's how you really enjoy yourself a lot more. I really feel like I spend my free time by myself really well, because I realize a lot of people out there, they'll do whatever it takes to hang out with people. And I'm kind of like the opposite. I'm like, I do want to hang out with people, but not too often. I like to have my time alone, like I am doing right now. But, obviously, you look on social media or you see your other friends, and they're, doing something great or they're hanging out with people. And so it can seem like their lives are really great or something. But that's not really the case. Like, your life is still great too. It's just like, it seems like their life is so great because, you just get a snapshot of what they're doing. And that doesn't tell the whole story, obviously. So I think it's important for people to understand that. Because for me, I feel like, this doesn't really bother me sometimes, but sometimes it does. And it's like, I don't feel like life should be a competition. And, with this guy I was talking about, Jay, I feel like it's kind of like become a little bit of a competition. Because, like, I'll say something I did good or whatever, and then, he'll immediately clap back, with, like, something like, oh, that's fine, like, I've done that all the time, he's not, like, he doesn't seem like he's, like, that humble, or he doesn't know how to be that humble, you know what I mean? And so it can kind of rub off as, like, arrogant, but, I do believe people should be arrogant sometimes and humble other times, but you should mainly be humble around others and arrogant to yourself, meaning that, you could say, like, oh, I'm not that great, like, or whatever around other people, or, oh, I'm just, trying to do what I'm trying to do. But around yourself, you feel like you're the best, you're number one, because it's important for you to feel like your life is legitimate. And so it's kind of like a give and take sort of situation. Obviously, life is not easy, in certain aspects. But, life isn't supposed to be easy. You know what I mean? Or maybe it is supposed to be easy, I'm not sure. I'm just rambling. I think I'm going to call this. But yeah, I mean, it's a difficult situation because, like, I know I don't want to lose him as a friend, but I feel like I need to have other friendships to kind of balance things out. So that's kind of my goal, and I'm telling you guys, I'm telling myself, like, hey, this is something that I need to do to help myself out. Alright, looks like this guy's betting a lot. Ooh, I got him here. Let me bet a little bit more here. Looks like I could have bet a lot more there. So yeah, I feel like I'm comfortable with myself, I feel like I handle my time alone very well. I actually enjoy myself a lot. Like, today, I went to the gym, I watched YouTube videos, I went to this place called New Wave Burritos, it was really good, I just got it to go, I'm making this video, I cleaned up my apartment a little bit, and I really felt like I enjoyed myself. When I was in Denver, I was just hanging out with people, 24/7, or not 24/7, but just pretty much all day, all night, because, it was all people from the same kind of, like, work organization across the country. So it felt kind of tiring, as an introvert, you gain more energy from being alone. Not to say that I'm a complete introvert, obviously I believe it's a spectrum, but I do believe I do lean towards the introvert side, at least a lot of the time. Not all the time, but a good majority of the time. That's not to say that I can't be an extrovert, that I get energy from other people, that I can't, be social. I do feel like I can be social, and that I can, spread positivity towards others. Didn't win that hand. I think I'm going to call here. But, I don't know, I really think that, you know, I still have some things to improve on, but I feel like I'm going in the right direction, which is the main thing. I know I've been talking so much. I haven't really been focusing on the game. Which, I mean, is fine. Like, you guys want to hear me talk, right? I think, so I have one video planned. I'm not sure when it's going to come out. It's gonna do something to do with Louisville, you know, basically, you know, what I feel like the best places to eat are, you know. If you guys remember my Mall of America videos, those did really well, so if I do some, you know, top 10 places to eat in Louisville, or top 10 malls, or whatever, you know, I think that could gain some traction, too. And I've thought about doing just videos where I just, like, talk in front of the camera, you know, not play a game. I did one of those videos. It didn't get too many views. It's in the single digits right now. But it was kind of more meant for me, that video, the time capsule video. I haven't looked at it yet. Obviously, I'm not supposed to look at it for another 4 years and 9 months or whatever. I got a 7-2 here. But, you know, we'll see what happens. So I'm not going to do that. Alright, so I don't really have a good hand here. I'm gonna have to, like, wait for a good hand. Yeah, I feel like I've got, like, a lot of ideas, and so, I don't know, it's, you know, I feel like I want to be a famous YouTuber, but I also understand that I'm doing this because I like doing it, and that's the main thing. I feel like a lot of people like Zynga poker, so, and I like it too, so it's a good common ground between the viewer and the creator. It's difficult because, like, there's things I want to plan, so I think I'm gonna, like, start making a list of, like, videos I want to make, and then just kind of, like, go from there. Alright, looks like I'm still alive here. Alright, looks like I got a pretty good potential hand here. That was not good. That was good. Let's see. See if he does this. Alright, so now it looks like I have the lead. Looks like I could actually win this thing. Alright, let's push them all in. Oh, dang. Ah, I almost had him there. Damn. This isn't a good hand. He's gonna bet here. Yep. I'm not gonna play that. Don't really have any good hands here. I'm not... I know if I go all in, he's gonna go all in too. Oh, damn. Well, now I don't have much choice, do I? Yeah, I kind of played myself there. I should have handled that better. But I got second place, so Made some money, anyways. Looks like I'm at League 8 now. Look at that. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Or maybe before that, we'll see. Peace.